Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video is for Monday, August 20th, 2012. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist at InTheMoneyStocks.com. All right, guys, before you see the market volume extremely light, 51 million traded on the day here, nearing the 2:30 p.m. time frame, and the markets are just slightly negative, but basically a flat day. A little selling early in the day has come back and floated higher as the markets again have moved up. And the key to understanding the market here, you have to look at the volume as the factor. I mean, that's the number one factor in my opinion that's keeping this market up. The last 2 to 3 weeks now, you've had the lightest volume in 5 years in the market. It's been that light, folks, probably averaging about 85 million over that period. And again, that's very rare to see, as we have not seen it in 5 years, since really before the financial crisis began in 2007. Now, again, if you're looking at the markets, one thing to note on the daily chart is a double top. All right, double top here. If you go back to the April 2012 highs, this is the 52-week high here. On Friday, we tagged that level. And so it's not surprising to see the market pause off of that level. In addition, you've actually had a pretty solid move up here in the last couple weeks. And since the volume has died out right down here, the markets have rebounded and just really floated up nicely on the back of the volume issue. The reason why the volume's light, traders are away with on holidays with their kids before the kids go back to school. There's nothing been major coming out of Europe. There's nothing major out of the US. There's nothing major out of China. It's been very, very quiet. And all these factors contribute to the lack of volume. And when there's no volume in the market, the propensity is for the markets to float up. All right, now, as soon as you get some sort of volume back in the market, the expectation is that the market should start to see a pretty significant decline. So be ready for that, folks, but it's a volume issue. Watch the volume. Right now, price has aligned itself with resistance. All right, we see that. We see the double top. We see the nexus area here of the universe, which we're just a little bit above right now. But now it's a timing issue. Okay, taking a look at some other key stocks that continue to move up. Apple today having another beautiful move up here, and I can erase this trend line here. We don't need it, but nonetheless, look at that. In fact, you know what? Let me just take this in and look at this. This is actually pretty cool. Yeah, kind of cool right there. So you can take this line connected to this point, cuts right through here. And again, if we just see the market continue to grind up into resistance right here, and that actually does tell us there's a little resistance here right around the 665 level on Apple. So just something to take note of. All right, we'll continue to scan through. Let me just take a look at Goldman Sachs. Financials are a little bit stronger than the overall market today. They led this morning. It was interesting because we saw Goldman and JP Morgan gap down, but very quickly reverse. And look at this move early on. This was a good indicator the markets were probably going to float off their lows. You can see the open, which was slightly lower than the close on Friday, and then a massive move up, and then really just sideways consolidation. But again, when the financials lead, it's oftentimes telling us that the markets will come back with a decent move to the upside. JP Morgan, same thing. Open lower, sold first candle, bounced back, and then ripped to the upside, and since then has gone sideways in consolidation. Volume across the board is light, no matter where you look. Apple, JPM, Goldman, markets overall, it is all light out there. A couple stocks that I'm keeping an eye on in terms of possible shorts. I'll give you a couple of them right now. CMI is definitely on the watch list, although it's down today. I like the fact that it's run into the 200 MA right here. Very significant resistance in this range. IBM today is trading down 47 cents, but if IBM gets a little bit more of a move up into this level right here, which you tagged, it looks like on Friday you actually tagged that resistance, and then you have a gap fill just above it. These are your next very important levels. All right, so those are key levels to watch on IBM. Taking a look at a couple other stocks out there that look intriguing to me is on the short side possibly. Google, very extended, but the key on Google is to watch this area up here. Once you get towards that 700 plus level, that's where Google will run into a significant amount of resistance. The other thing I think to monitor here is this area right here. If you take this high from 2009, 2010, connected to the high here at the end of 2011 into 2012, you get a trend line that you're just about at. And from what I'm seeing, that's going to be the line. Now, you're not quite there yet, but you're probably only about $5, $10 away from it on Google. So watch that area. I think that's a very, very important level on the chart. Okay. Let me just scan through here, see what else is moving. Amazon's down today. Apple's still, again, Apple really the strong one. That's one of the ones that's keeping the NASDAQ from having a big down day. NASDAQ's still down 5 points, but if you take out Apple, if Apple, let's say, was flat, you'd probably have the NASDAQ down 20 points. I mean, that's how much of a weighting Apple has in it. And also, if we see JPM and Goldman Sachs in the Dow, I mean, JPM's in the Dow anyways, that's a very, very big positive for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. All right. Scan through. Let's see what else we have here. Scanning through. MasterCard's down a little bit on the day. First Solar having a nice day today. Very nice day on First Solar, up $1.54 on the day. Very sizable move, and that's off its highs. We've seen a lot of shorts getting squeezed out of this stock. And again, right now, this has a possibility to make a move all the way to the 200 MA. Gets to the 200, it's a dead on short. But there is a possibility, based on how many shorts are in that FSLR, that it could go there. And that would be at a price of approximately the $27 level, give or take a little bit, would be the resistance of the 200 MA. All right, aside from that, let's just flip back to the spiders and see what's going on. SPY just down 8 cents on the day as we're just kind of hovering around the flat line. Again, early when the volume was a little bit more intense, you saw selling, but once the volume dried up, and it has dried up, 51.5 million on the SPY today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. There's just, markets are basically flat and just floating at this point. All right, again, watch for that key time factor catalyst. When that arrives, that'll be a big deal, but till then, expect the markets to be neutral and floating for the next multiple days unless we get that catalyst. Have a great evening. Come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com to get the latest swing trades, live videos, daily market reports, live broadcasts. I mean, you name it, it's here. The Research Center is where you want to be if you're a swing trader or an investor. If you're a day trader, the Intraday Stock Chat is for you. Come to InTheMoneyStocks.com. Start profiting for life.